Tristana, based on power level, would represent that. All right,
okay.
We're going to have a mid lane Anivia against Galio. That seems risky because Hextech Ultimatum and the Hero's Entrance will squish the Anivia pretty good.
Liandry's Torment, though, is mega value against the old health stacking, I guess, theoretically. It's going to come in pretty late after the mana items, but Teddy thinking about an Ezreal, a Zac still an option.
Man.
This is the most jump on top of you.
You definitely want Ezreal here for the, well, I know where you guys are going. I'm going to be all alone situation they've got going on.
Yep, Teddy's going to need to be self-sufficient, to say the least. And look at him, he's looking at his team comp going, oh, guys, you're just going to leave me alone, aren't you?
And Ezreal will be the safe choice. You could also try and roll high and take a super hyper carry. They're going to just take the Tristana for damage potential, mostly, you would say. Does have self-peel similar to the Ezreal, but not quite as reliable.
Yeah, slightly higher cooldown.
I don't know how you round out this draft on red side, actually. For Afrika, maybe an Ashe? You could argue for some engage of your own. The Jinx!
Oh!
All right!
Here we go! We just recently saw a pentakill on the Jinx, I believe in Brazil a while ago. But, man, okay, Kramer is going to be the first one to play it. You don't think of his name when you think of the Jinx. You think of Defts, things like that, but it's Kramer that's going to debut it here in 2018.
Seems like the diplomacy on the side of Afrika just got thrown out. Everyone got to play what they wanted, and, well, Kramer asked for Jinx. He gets it. The first Jinx of 2018 in the LCK, the first Jinx in a long time. We're rolling out the new picks. The Jinx comes in. Well,
the classic Jinx Anivia comp, Papa Smithy.
I mean, you gotta say that the ultimatum means certain death for Anivia and Jinx if they are going to be the targets there. Tahm Kench is going to have to do a whole hell of a lot of work to stop that happening. A lot of smiles on the faces, laughter as well. A lot of new picks going on, but Jinna's comp has a true identity. And the Tristana laning phase is not going to be abused by the Jinx.
Yeah, well, Spirit looks like he's having the absolute best time possible. Didn't have to be in game number 2. So we do go down this lineup. Starts off pretty standard on the top side of the map and in the jungle, but then things just get weird from that point on. This Anivia matchup in the mid lane.
First Anivia for the season, first Jinx for the season, first Nocturne for the season. Weird and Wonderful has been our first series, and we still have KT versus Kingzone. After the series is over, the Jinx has been one we've asked for a long time, been banned a couple of times, but first time it's drafted. Does have the Tahm Kench, but surely that's not going to be enough. Against Vlad was a thing.
Okay, well, teleport from Jinna. They're looking for Keen up here towards the top side of the map. He's going to get bumped into the tower. Azumti's going to go down to his passive at least. They grab the first blood, but what more can they find? As now Sohan and Grace are in a little bit of trouble. The flash from Kuro, another one that's a bit confusing, but Umti, he's just going to go down. Crystal Slash, fantastic at dealing with the Zac. And that wall placement made up for the interesting stun from earlier. And Spirit's having the greatest start ever on the Skarner.
That was sick there. Very well done. The flash over to first get the kill onto the Bloblets. And then the wall, and look who's coming.
Yep, there's no flash available for Grace either. Justice Punch ain't going to do anything. He's not going to give up without a fight, but he's still going to die. And Kuro grabs that one. A disaster for Jinna.
Every other tier abuser is getting their time on the Rift.
Well, Spirit, he's going to make his way in and so on. He's got a ward, but it doesn't seem to matter.
Level
this is
6.
A Turbo Scorpion. He's going to stop the hook shot, gets the Impale.
He's higher level than his top laner.
Yeah, this is disgusting. That's what happens when you start at 2-0 and so on. No options. He's just dead. He was trying to use the flash. He just didn't have the option.
Well, that's what we call an experienced lead. Bot lane, all you're going to get is a bit of damage because the Devour is available for Tucson.
Yep, Kramer using the upgraded switcheroo minions.
Maybe go Abyssal Mask as a second item just to deal with some of the squishiness of Anivia and the pylon that Umti wants to enact.
Yeah, Elastic Slingshot is going to come in, gets the boot back onto Tucson, but remember, he's very durable. The Grey Health held onto for such a long time, but the Hero's Entrance comes down, and Umti should be able to get it. Teddy's handed the kill. Red buff enough to get the slow for the auto from the Triss.
And in all the craziness of the second round, we forget that it is Umti of the Zac and the Galio to pile on, Alistar even to look for a flank. There's so much engage going on that the reliability here is not as gimmicky as the Nocturne comp was.
Well, there's the Flash Impale in the mid lane. The stuns are going to be layered, and Grace is just having the worst time ever. Saving the Fracture as well, so Spirit could just guarantee that stun after the Impale wears off. Really beautiful stuff, and it just feels oppressive if you're Grace.
Great damage calculation coming through from the Skarner, who's already level 8, already powering up. They know that's probably going to be Rod of Ages onto the Galio, who goes too much pressure.
Now 6,000 gold is the lead. Just feels like that late game is a dream, a pipe dream that is not happening anytime soon. And the Freak of Freaks, if they showed us anything in Game 1, is that they can finish games. They've showed us so many times, in fact. And they're continuing to put on the pressure. Gonna have clawed back the bottom side of the map, but that's because the focus for a Freak of Freaks has been on the top side. A 20-minute Baron on spawn is going to come down as Sohan slowed up by Keen, but a Freak of Freaks, they are going to be spotted, but Cannon Barrage, it's going to stop them from getting in, and Spirit is going to lock this one up. Speaking of being locked up, Sohan's dead. And it's going to be Kuro that grabs the kill. A Freak of Freaks all coordinating their backs, and it's beautiful play at 20 minutes to get them a Baron.
Just walk over, they didn't even need Abyssal Voyage to show the Mowgli gets too excited, and speaking of excitement, Jinx starts to run away with bot lane. Yeah,
Elastic Slingshot doesn't find anything. Umti, in fact, just going to go into auto range of Kramer. He's very safe. Super Mega Death Rocket flies in as Tucson gets the Flash Devour. Will be able to spit out the Zac, but it's just Bloblets. He chewed him too much. And the Cow's going to go down as well. This will be another turret, and Afrika are still winning on the top side as well.
Of course they are. It's Baron buff, and the Gangplank was already winning trades. Everyone on the side of Afrika just stays in the Zac ultra and says, thanks for the gap close, mate.
Yeah.
And they keep fighting. Speaking of fighting.
Yeah, Sohan is going to use that Hextech ultimatum, and Heroic Entrance comes in, so Grace is going to hang out. But you can see Keen, he's more than happy just to be here as well. There's no damage on this Galio, and a Freak of Freaks in the meantime are taking inhibitor turrets. The inhibitor's going to go. It's 22.5 minutes in this game, and I can see Afrika are probably just going to win right now.
Going for the fastest game of the season, Atlas.
Yeah, they're looking for it. A minute to go before they can get that record, and Kramer is using that minigun to great effect. Oh, God. Keen is so huge. Now on the front line is the Gangplank. The flash out from Umti, that's not what he wants, and look at all of this damage. Wraith is going to fall as well. It's Kramer that finally gets one. And this is the Nexus now falling down. Before 23 minutes, it just ticks over, and the Nexus will go down. The fastest game in the LCK this season, and Afrika get it in Game 3.
They obliterated Jinair as a thank you for forcing the Game 3. Wonderful performance by Kuro on the roam top lane, but Spirit was the man who was playing with the yo-yos. He was the marionette person playing 5 people at the same time. They were in full control, big smiles. They roll the dice with some crazy picks. We get one-offs of Nocturne, of Jinx, of Anivia, the latter 2 in the same game, and they all work a treat. And the Freak of Freaks, they may find themselves unable to hit first spot. If we do see a 2-0 win for Kingzone, they are guaranteed first because it is a 2-1 win for Afrika. But it feels like a 2-0 because the 2 games they won were close to perfect.
Absolute obliteration. 23 minutes on the dot for a Freak of Freaks Game 3. We saw Spirit going into that game. Gigantic grin. He was having a giggle, making jokes with his team. We come out at the end, and he looks exactly the same. Jovial was the man. And you don't want to see that. You look across to the other side of the room if you're Jinair. You see that big grin, and you get scared. The Freak of Freaks dominant right now, holding on to that second place. KT Rolster desperately wanting to turn that one around. There's a chance that somehow a KSV is going to come out of nowhere and force them into that game. They feel like the Kryptonite. They want to have a buffer. They want to put someone between them.
Isn't it insane?